What is up, college football fans? It's your boy Pigskin Pete. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy New Year to everybody. This is a call-in show. You want to call in and talk about anything that's other than what's happening in Washington, D.C. The number to call in is 864-207-4522. We made it through the college football season. We have one more game, the biggest game of the year, coming up on Monday, as long as it's not postponed or canceled for some reason, between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is the first call-in show I've done since last weekend and since the bowl games over. Well, I don't even think I was on last Friday. No, because last Friday was the game. So last Wednesday was the last time I was on here. But so a lot has happened between now or then and now. And but if let's say you're an Ohio State fan, you want to call in, talk about the game. You want to call in, talk about the matchup with Alabama. I'd like to hear some Alabama fans, Ohio State fans. I'd like to hear from some of the other fans of teams that played this past weekend. One thing I would ask from you, though, anybody that does call in, I don't want to talk about what's going on in Washington, D.C. All right, this is not CNN. This is not Fox News. What's the other one? This is not MSNBC. This is not 4chan. This is none of that. Okay, this is a sports channel, and I want to keep it about sports. I almost didn't do the show tonight because I was worried about just too much political or whatever talk. It's just not. It doesn't interest me on here in the least bit. So I'm just letting you know right now. If you call in and that's what you want to talk about, I'm just going to hang up on you. Okay. So just so you know. Just so you know. Let's see. I got a couple of announcements to make real quick before we get into the chat, and of course, and then of course to the phone lines. 864-207-4522. This is only a couple of months away. I can't believe it's only a couple months away. Feels like we've been talking about this for a year now. You guys want to come hang out with some of your favorite and least favorite college football and sports YouTubers? Uncle Lou, BVD, Pigskin Pete's. I don't know. I'm assuming Celine Driver's coming. Chess Hall. Sleeta, I don't know if he's coming or not. He changes his mind every week. Like he does those dirty underwear that he was wearing in the hot tub. Adam R. and many, many more. I know Big Dog Brett's coming. Look, I don't have the updated list. It's going to be a good time, though. March 5th through 7th, so less than 2 months away. I can't believe that. Looking forward to it. By the way, if you want to come kick my ass, a lot of you have been on here talking about you want to come kick my ass or something, right? Because my college football trash talk offends you. So anyway, if you want to do that, make sure you drive down to Centennial Park, Atlanta. I'll be there waiting for your ass kicking. I'll be there. Lunch Money Show. The last one of these shows that we, myself and Uncle Lou, are doing at 12 p.m. noon is tomorrow afternoon at noon. All right, so the show is moving to Monday nights at 10 p.m. for 2 hours, from 10 to 12, from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. after the national championship. So this tomorrow at noon, and then this coming Monday, we will be live together for the entirety of the college football playoff national championship game. That should be a lot of fun. I'm sure it will be. So you guys should come check it out and hang out with us. And then after that, it will be every single Monday night at 10 p.m., from 10 p.m. to midnight. A little bit of a different format for the show. We're still talking about some of the betting lines and things, whatever's going on in the world. We'll talk about the Masters, obviously the NCAA basketball tournament, things like that. But we're gonna branch out a little bit. We're gonna talk about more than just betting lines. We'll talk about whatever's in the news, interesting things, funny things, have guests on, all that sort of thing. It's gonna be a more entertaining show. It won't be pigeonholed into just talking about spreads. Okay. So hopefully you guys can come check that out. I know you'll enjoy it. Where am I here? Where am I? Where am I? Here it is. Cheers to the chat. 864-207-4522 if you want to call in. Let's see who's in the chat room here. Clemson Carson's in the house. What's up, buddy? Bama buddy. Matt Dummett. AS says, who's mad? Pete's mad. Big mad. Don't care, stay mad. Yeah, look how mad I am. I'm fuming, right? Nate the Great, don't be late, the depressed Wolverine fan. Chevy One makes an interesting comment. He says, Ohio State is Clemson's daddy. Sir, you cannot have a 1-4 record against somebody and be their daddy. That's it. You don't understand the daddy, the point of daddy, do you? C-Dog Morgan, I hope the Buckeyes take an ex-UGA quarterback and win the Natty with them. That would be Uncle Lou's worst nightmare. He said when Fields went to Ohio State, that would be his worst nightmare, is for him to leave Georgia and go win a national championship somewhere else. Let's see. Crimson Braves in here. Go Joe. Says, I will just hype Bama. Yeah, because you know me. I'm always hyping up Bama. Yeah, sure. What's up, Mike 3883? The bet is here. DeGoat Watson. DeGoat Watson is the GOAT, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. He says, what's up, Pigskin and everybody? Sports Expert 101 is here. Yakov. Yakov. I see what you did there, sir. Yakov 22. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. I happen to already know that you are, though. Francis Plum. Traveling Fools. Oh, Traveling Fools is going to try to make it to the Slob Olympics. That'd be great, man. That would be great. Everybody's welcome, man. Everybody, we want as many people to come as possible. It's going to be a good time. We'll be there the whole weekend. The actual Olympics itself is only going to take one afternoon. That's Saturday, the 16th. Probably from, I don't know, 12 to 3, 12 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But the rest of the weekend, we're just going to be hanging out with each other. That's all this really is, and is an excuse for everybody to get together and hang out and have a good time for the weekend. That's all it is. And for some of us YouTubers to make a fool out of ourselves by doing this Olympic thing. Notre Dame fan, what's up, sir? How you doing, man? Is Michael Patterson. Clemson has lost the last 2 playoff games by 38 combined points. Clemson's also 6-4 in the playoffs. Has been to 6 straight playoffs and won 2 national championships in the playoffs. What's that? Luke Walker. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Lenny the Gump Summers. Sleeta opted out. You know what? Just like the players that say they opt out for the bowl season, and I say it's not opting out, it's quitting. Sleeta quit. He didn't opt out. He quit. You know what, though? Something tells me he's going to be there. I mean, call me crazy. We should talk about that on the Lunch Money show. We should do some betting odds for whether or not Sleeta will show up to the Slav Olympics or not, because I'd be willing to say that he does. How about that? All right, let's see if anybody's on the phone lines here. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. You're all amazing and fantastic, like I say all the time. Good afternoon, y'all. I'm Pete.
Peter, this is your old pal, lifelong Buckeye fan, Mr. Dave Greenfield.
What's up, David? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, Peter, what happens when a son, starts to work out, get in good shape, maybe take some boxing classes, really toughens up?
Yeah, every once in a while.
And the old man tries to come at him one day, and the son rises up and just pops him in the mouth. Because I think that's what happened on Friday night.
That's what happened.
What's your opinion?
That's exactly what happened. Son grew up and finally punched Daddy in the mouth. Daddy has to be careful every once in a while. Kids grow up.
Kids grow up, Kids
grow up.
They start to work out. They get training. They get a little tough.
Yeah, man. So give me your feelings on the how you feeling about the game this coming Monday?
Well, here's what I got to say. I talked to Mark a little bit about it. I have to say this. First of all, number one, and I think both sides would hope for this, let's just hope both sides are at 100% or as close to 100% as can be, as we live through the Rona world that is.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I do want to say that right off the rip. Both teams at 100%, just barring, not any key personnel losses due to the world that we're living in, by the way. So adjust my remarks accordingly to this. I think the Buckeyes have an outstanding chance. I will say this. This is as good an Alabama offense as I've ever seen. And I thought they had an incredible offense the last couple of years. But there's no doubt, and I kind of had this feeling, and we talked about this when we played Clemson, that I felt that we were going to have to score, in the mid to upper 30s to win. I have a feeling like this game, it might have to be north of 40. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I got a feeling we're going to have to put a fair amount of points on the board.
Oh, yeah, I think so. And Vegas agrees. It started out as a 76-point, over-under. And I don't know what it is now. But anyway, that's extremely high over-under for a national championship game. I don't think it's ever been that high before. And you have two obviously explosive offenses, probably the two best current wide receivers in the country in Olave and Smith, right? And I don't even know. You know what I haven't heard? Have you heard any news about Jalen Waddle? Because I heard there's news that he might play in the game. Do you have any idea about that?
Well, I've heard that he's practicing. That was the last news that I got. Here's what I wonder. First of all, I just wonder, after not playing for basically about a month, and again, I hope both teams are as close to full strength as possible, although he's a tremendous weapon, no doubt about it. But after not having played for a month and just coming off of this injury, I just wonder how many snaps he gets, how many targets he gets, just how much of a part of the game plan he would be, even if he does play.
Yeah.
That's my only thought process on that, is that I just wonder, even if he does play, would he be a huge part of the game plan?
I would agree that he probably wouldn't be a big contributor on the field because it's been so long since he's played and he's coming off of an injury and the whole 9 yards, but he will be somewhat of a decoy just by being out there. That draws a little bit of attention. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I will say this. I do think that when it comes to one thing that gives me confidence, number one, and, obviously we can talk about the greatness that is Justin Fields, but one of the biggest things that gives me confidence about this team going into this game is the balance that they have on offense, bottom line. Right now we're running it and throwing it really well. So I think that, and I really like the way our offensive line is playing first and foremost. I'm actually somewhat confident that we can contain Najee Harris. I think our front seven, which has been really good against the run, I know we've had our struggles against the pass, but I think we can contain Harris. What do you think?
I mean, that's going to be the key to the game. You're going to have to make, you're going to have to make Alabama's offense one-dimensional. But Najee Harris, I mean, I don't know, man. Shutting him down is not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you right now, Alabama's offensive line is better than Clemson's was. That was the weakest position group on Clemson's team this year, and every Clemson fan knew it going into the season. Just a young they had to move players around. Guys that were playing guard last year were playing center this year. I mean, they had to shift things around. It was a sort of a makeshift offensive line. Alabama does not have that problem. Now, I'm not saying, look, and I know that Ohio State's defensive line is elite, and it can get after. I mean, they're gonna give Mac Jones some trouble. I don't think they're gonna have him running around the same way they had Lawrence running around, though. So, but yeah, that is the key. The key to the game, I agree with you, is Najee Harris, because if you can slow him down, that's going to allow your defense to play better coverage on the back end.
Yeah, I will say this before I give you my prediction. I will say this. I think our defensive tackles, Togiai and Haskell Garrett, are as good a combination as defensive tackles are in the country. And I also really like the way our linebackers are playing right now. They've come a long way in the last couple of years. So that's what gives me confidence that we can contain the run. So, I mean, the other thing, too, about Mac Jones, he's a bit of a stationary target. He doesn't scramble a lot.
No,
so,
you're right.
That's the other thing, too. So,
yeah, he's not even near as mobile as Trevor is or was.
Right.
But yeah, I think this is an interesting matchup. Tell me before I get off with you. I got some calls coming in here, but tell me a little bit about. Is there is there 2 guys or 3 guys on was it your defensive line, the guys that are out for the game or possibly out for the game for COVID?
That's what's rumored. The tough part about all this is, Pete, and I just want to give my prediction before I let you go. The tough part is we won't know this until, like, I think 90-some minutes before the game. I mean, this is, like, last-minute stuff. So it's been rumored, but they don't release that list until real late. So it's not been released publicly, which players for Ohio State have tested positive and are going to be out for the game. At least I haven't seen it.
Yeah, see, I'm looking in the chat to see, because usually sometimes people type in stuff when we're talking about it, and I see Tyreek Smith and Tommy Tagai have COVID. Yeah. And so I don't know. Anyway, so give me your final score prediction. I don't think I'll be on Friday night. This will be the last call-in show I do until next Wednesday. So go ahead and give me your score prediction tonight.
All right, real quick prediction. I think it's going to be an ESPN classic. I'm going 41-38 Buckeyes.
41-38. I like it. Let's do the math here. That'd be what? 79.
79.
So you're going with the over, and you're going with the Buckeyes with a narrow win. I like it. All right, man. Thanks, David. I appreciate the call, brother.
Go Buckeyes.
All right, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You guys have it. David Greenshield calling in. David's one of the few Buckeyes that have been calling in all season. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Am I on?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Pete. It's, man, I'd love to hate you, but I got to give you credit, man. You hang in there, and even though you guys have only played us 5 times and beat us 4, you think you're our daddy. I mean, you played us 50 and you beat us 40, I can understand, but come on. I just love you. I love to hate you, brother.
That's all right. If you weren't hating me, I wouldn't be doing something right.
Yeah, that's right, man. So that last guy, man, made some interesting points. We're not going to be able to stop Najee Harris. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Last year, Travis Etienne was the most efficient back in the nation, and that was with top class with Alabama's offensive line, right?
Yeah.
So now you take Najee Harris and you put last year's Clemson's line in front of him, he's going to run for 100+. The question is our secondary, the Ohio State secondary, going to be able to hold up? I don't think they do. I think we lose a close game.
Wow.
Just because Ryan Day, he can game plan, but I just don't see Ohio State coming out on top of this.
That's
You just got to stop too many weapons, and we're playing too many young guys.
Yeah. I'm surprised to hear you say that. Somebody's going to try to take your Buckeye card away from you for saying that. But I respect that.
My room, but if you can't be real, you can't be real, man.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
So I'm gonna guess like a 24-38 game.
Whoa, man! You're talking about a 2-touchdown game there.
Yeah, who knows the condition of Justin Fields right now? And,
that's another good point. Yeah.
It was the position group. It wasn't 2 players. It's a position group, and with the COVID thing, and it's just so fluid right now, man. I just don't know how anybody can make a prediction on this game. It's the battle of 2 perennial powerhouses in Ohio State and Alabama, and
what is the feeling like in Buckeye land about the possible injury? Well, we know he's injured, right? Fields is, at the very least, he has bruised ribs. It may be worse than that. We don't know, right? So they're keeping that under wraps. So how big of a deal is that, do you think, coming into this game?
Not a big deal. I mean, look what he did in the second half against.
Yeah, well, I mean, they shot him up with I don't know. They numbed his ribs. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what they shot him up with, but he even said they gave him a shot in his ribs. And I'm sure if he's in discomfort, they're going to do that before this game too. So it might be numbed, but it still can affect you the way you play if you're trying to protect yourself as opposed to, he may not make certain runs that he would normally try to make because he doesn't want to get hit, get knocked out of the game.
Well, you're exactly right. We'll know that within the first 2 possessions.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether he is has broken ribs or he doesn't.
Right.
I think that's the X factor right there. If Justin Fields doesn't have broken ribs and he runs like he did against Clemson in the first half, well, okay, then we got to flip the script a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm thinking like a realistic person, like, okay, we don't have the X factor in Justin Fields, we're probably going to be 10 hats against 11 hats and do the math on that.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, I think
like I said, I love to hate.
All right. Yeah, that's all right, man. We all need haters.
Home and home.
Yeah. Well, I wish that would happen. Clemson's scheduled out so far right now. It would have to be a cancellation that had to happen with another team.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is what Clemson does for all the people out there that are wondering. They schedule an SEC team every year, and then they play South Carolina as a rival every year, right? So they're 2 out of conference. Okay. 2 of their 3 out of conference games are SEC teams, and that's the way it's scheduled from now until God knows how long away. So I doubt that's going to happen. I would like to see it, but I doubt it's going to happen.
I mean, I think, Coach.
What's that?
I love data. I love data.
Yeah.
So I disagree with where you ranked Ohio State. No, because it gave us motivation, but
yeah,
you gotta love data at the end of the day.
Well, a lot of you're you're in the minority with Buckeye fans. Most Buckeye fans do not like Dabo Swinney. I can promise you that. But hey, man, you're your own man. I respect that. All right, buddy. I appreciate the call. All right. That guy, he marches to the beat of his own drum, they say. Buckeye fan thinks they're going to lose the game, and he likes Dabo Swinney. But you got to like that. He's realistic and honest. That's all you can ask for. I don't know if I agree with him or not about the outcome of the game. This is an extremely hard game to figure out. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Is this Pete?
It is.
Hi, Pete. This is actually Yakov. You saw me in your comment section of Yakov 22.
Yes. What's up, man?
I actually was not trying to be funny there with that name. That's actually just a Hebrew. Yakov is just a Hebrew translation of my name, Jacob.
Oh, okay.
When I made up that 2008 when I first joined YouTube.
Okay.
I was trying to come up with something, and my name, my legal name was taken. My other version of that was taken, so I went with that, and I added a number there because other numbers were taken.
Yeah.
So it wasn't very funny. That's just my name.
Well, this may come as a shock to you, but my name is not actually Pigskin Pete. It's not even Pete.
I didn't know that. Okay, well, sorry. I didn't know that. I'm sorry, Pete. But if you ever want to tell us your real name, that's great. But if not, I'll just keep calling you that.
Yeah. All right. What's up, man? What can I do for you?
Well, actually, I'll tell you where I came across you, not Pete. I'm a patron of Mark Rogers.
Okay.
And I watch all the shows, but I particularly watch, I should tell you this. I grew up in Ohio. I'm an Ohio State a fan of probably since before you were born, since the mid-'80s or so. I'm also an alum. I'm in a unique situation that over 10 years I've lived in the Myrtle Beach area. And so I sort of, you're going to have back-to-back calls of a similar nature. But this is even more unique in that I sort of, obviously Ohio State will always be my team, but I sort of also follow Clemson and South Carolina. And then if you throw in this year, I sort of follow you and poke around a little bit with Coastal, because that's only about 10 miles from my house.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a unique person that I'm a Ohio State fan and alum of 30, well, not an alum of 35 years, but a fan of 35 years, an alum of about 20 years ago. So somehow I somewhat like two teams that are rivals of each other, one of which has become a nemesis of Ohio State. I don't know if rival going to 4 times in 120 years, but and then Coastal, I don't know where you put that in there, but so I guess you're back-to-back calls with people who are a bit unique in their relationship between Ohio State and Clemson.
Yeah. It's funny.
Somehow they don't.
Do you get made fun of a lot about you being from Ohio and being an Ohio State alum and living in Myrtle Beach? Because that's an ongoing joke, you know.
Well, somehow I might see equal amount of Ohio State stuff in the Myrtle Beach area as I do the Clemson stuff.
That's the joke. That's the joke.
Oh, okay.
Because so many people have moved here. Because so many people have moved to this state from Ohio, and I had family members. I had an uncle that he actually just died this past summer, but he lived in Ohio, and he not Myrtle Beach, but he moved down to Pawleys Island about 5 years ago, and
about 20 miles south.
Yeah, about 20 miles south, and I'm about 2 hours from Myrtle Beach. I'm in Charleston, but. Even down here in Charleston, tons of Ohio State people. In my own neighborhood, hell, one of my best friends is an Ohio State alum. Grew up in Columbus, so a lot of Ohio people here.
Oh, well, yeah. I have two neighbors. She is. I'm not sure how old you are, but she's probably about 31, 32. She's a alum. I don't know if you went to Clemson, but if you did, you guys may be of similar age. You know.
No, I'm 40, but
you look a lot younger than that. I thought you were young. You look and sound.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll take it.
Yeah, so I actually want to go something unique. Now, I agree. No interest in talking about those events today, but I wanted to turn to the following. I think sports should be fun and, not people get angry about things like that. I kind of just wanted to say that I kind of find it silly if someone would be up in arms because Babel ranked you 11 or Saban's daughter, tweeted something. I do, or that someone called you your daddy or your daddy. I think sports should be fun, and I have no need to get angry or personal or dislike someone because they don't like my favorite team.
Right.
I just feel that. When I saw you, I think your headline for your video recently of, Daddy. I didn't necessarily listen much to it, but I knew what you meant. So just to get a chance to maybe I'll get back and do that. But some people get upset about that. I think that's great. There's no reason for, I don't like Peete now because he's like Ohio State. He likes Clemson. He likes a team that wears purple. I like a team that wears scarlet and gray.
Did you watch that video? Did you watch the Daddy video?
I know I have that on my bucket list. I haven't got to that.
Okay, you need to watch it. It's funny. And by the way, I made fun of Clemson in the thing too. This is people get so mad. People get so mad they can't take a step back and just look, man. This is what it is. Yeah. You talk trash against the team you're playing all season long or all week long or whatever it is. However you do it. When the game's over, you tip your cap to the victor and move on to the next one. That's the way I do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's not saying that I don't enjoy the game, I'm not passionate, but you move on with life. You don't dislike someone because they don't like the team. And we really should be able to take these kind of jabs and just enjoy it. Right.
I'm with you.
So, I love sports. I love, college football in particular. And I'm glad I came across, I know you about calls, I'm going to let you go, but glad I came across you in the Mark Rogers segment, and I look forward to hearing the rest of the show.
All right, man.
I'll probably listen to I may even fall asleep, not because it's not interesting, but because I'm an early bird, and
I'm with you.
It's probably how we get sleep, but it's good stuff.
All right, well, I appreciate you taking the time to call in. Thank you.
Yes, have a good evening.
All right.
Bye.
There you go. That's the third Buckeye in a row. Check him out. Good afternoon, y'all with Peete.
Hey, Peete, Michael, how you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Not bad. Hey, I just want to say thanks for doing this show this season. It was really awesome and stuff like that. And I got to ask, did this week's child support check clear?
The child support check did clear. I was worried because I thought it might bounce because I didn't because of COVID. I didn't earn as much money this year as I normally do, so I was worried that the check might bounce, but it didn't bounce. $18,000. The problem is, I don't know how I'm going to continue to pay the child support check.
I'm sure who knows, maybe Trevor Lawrence will let you be a benefit of his signing bonus. But anyway, I digress. All right, my question is for the national championship. Yeah, it's hard to run on both Ohio State and Alabama at times, but I think both Sherman and Harris will have 150 and 2 touchdowns. Is that a possibility, or am I just talking out my side of my head right now?
I think anything's a possibility offensively for either one of these teams. Nothing would surprise me.
And another thing from what I heard, too, I think it's going to be all up to Jalen Waddle on how much he wants to play on Monday night.
Say that again?
It's going to be, I think it's going to be up to Jalen Waddle on how much he wants to play Monday night.
Yeah.
I think they're going to leave it up to him from what I heard.
Oh, so they'll leave it up to him whether or not he's comfortable playing, but that doesn't mean they're going to necessarily give him the ball a lot. You know, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I agree on that.
I guess it's gonna. I mean, it's gonna depend on how he looks in practice, but it's hard to take a guy that's been out for that long and just throw him in there in the biggest game of the year and expect him to just pick up where he left off. I wouldn't make that expectation for him.
Another thing before I let you go, are you going to be live streaming with Uncle Lou Monday night during the game?
Yes, we will. We're going to start. What time's kickoff? Like 8:30 or something?
I think like
9?
8:15. Somewhere 8:50,
Yeah,
8:30,
so
somewhere in there.
yeah, we'll go on 15, 20 minutes before the game, and we'll stay on for the entirety of the game. So we'll be on for a good 4 hours.
Not too bad. Hey, don't stop being awesome. Thanks for what you do, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Charlotte this year.
All right,
Thanks.
man. I appreciate you. Thank you. All this love I'm getting from these Buckeye fans. What's up? Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Hi, Pete. This is Big Ed.
Big Ed. What's up, man?
Hey. It's been a while. I've been working, but I'm good, actually.
Good.
First
I'm glad
of all,
to hear
I want to congratulate Alabama wide receiver Devontae Smith. As you know, he's from Louisiana, from Amet, but he chose to go to Alabama. I still respect him.
Yep.
But congratulations to him for sure for winning the Heisman.
Yeah, man.
As a wide receiver, it's pretty impressive.
It's hard to say that he didn't deserve to win it. It really is. I mean, you could have made a case for any of those guys, but he definitely. Sure. It's hard to say he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, he ran. He just caught everything that came his way.
Yeah.
And then made every yard after the catch his.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable player.
Sure. And I can't say I expect a good game, honestly. I just think that I wish Justin Fields was going to be a little bit more healthy, and I think Alabama's just going to run over him, unfortunately. I hate it.
Well, I don't really care who wins the game. I mean, I just don't. I'm not a fan of either team. I just hope for a close game. That's what I want. I want to see an entertaining game that comes down to the end, because both of the semifinal matchups were not close. And we've seen that this will be the 7th national championship game in the playoff era. And we haven't, and some of the national championship games have been one-sided. And as a fan of college football, if my team isn't in it, which clearly it's not, I want to see a good game, right? Because we have to suffer for the next, whatever it is, 8 months before we get to see another live college football game that actually matters. So I want to go out with a bang. So I'm just hoping it's close.
Yeah, speaking of that, I think anytime you see Clemson's going to go play in the Dome, you should probably just, be aware. They don't have a very good track record in the Dome. That's versus anybody, apparently.
What are you talking about? Which Dome? Oh, the Superdome. Yeah,
yes,
they're 0 for. They're 0 for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't won a game there. So you're right. I believe Clemson's not in any hurry to go back to Louisiana to play a game.
Yeah. It's a great venue, but it's not been working out in y'all's favor, unfortunately.
No,
well,
it hasn't.
I'm not going to say unfortunately for last year, but
yeah,
for sure. And my game prediction's probably going to be Alabama 48, Ohio State 25, 28, something like that. Yeah.
Big Ed says, put all of your cheddar cheese on the Crimson Tide. He said 45 to 20. Would you say 45 to 28?
Yeah.
Man,
I barely got out of the first quarter. of LSU versus Bama, saying that anybody's got a chance of beating Alabama this year. I mean, that's just how it is to me.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Well, that's about it.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call, Big Ed.
All right.
All right, man. Take it easy. Big Ed, for all of you guys who don't know, Big Ed's an LSU Tiger fan. You know what I forgot to do before I got off the phone with him? I forgot to ask him about all this crazy shit that's going on at LSU. I don't want to depress the guy. You know, listen, they still have a top, 5 or 6 recruiting class in store this season, so talent is not their problem. But I don't know, man. There seems to be some other issues going on down there. I've even heard some LSU fans say that because of everything that's happened this past season, they're ready to move on from Ed Orgeron, which I think is ridiculous. First of all those issues that they're going through that are non-football related aren't Ed Orgeron related at all. So, but anyway, we'll see what happens with them. Good afternoon, you're on with Pete.
Hey, it's Nate, the Pulse Wolverine fan, or
Nate.
as the great Don't Be Late,
Nate.
aka Nate King.
Nate the Great. What's up, buddy?
Not much, Pete. How are you?
I'm amazing and fantastic.
I'm amazing and fantastic too.
You know why? Do you want to know why I'm amazing and fantastic, Nate?
Why?
Because I'm not on CNN and Fox News and MSNBC right now. I'm here talking to you instead.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was kind of, so while I was watching the semifinal between Ohio State and Clemson.
Yeah, that butt whooping. You saw that? You saw that butt whooping?
Yeah, I'm still mad for you guys.
Oh, you're mad for us?
Again,
Why? Appreciate it.
Well, I'm not mad for what you. I think I confused myself. But I think I'm mad at Ohio State.
Why?
That's what I'm mad.
Oh yeah, well I know why you're mad at Ohio State, because you're a Michigan fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're always mad at them.
I never pull for Ohio State.
That's right.
But although I'm a Michigan fan, I do pull for them if they're versus an SEC team.
Uh-oh, so you just hate the SEC. So you're pulling for Ohio State to beat Alabama then?
Yeah, apparently.
Uh-oh. This is against the rules of college football. This is against the rules of college football, Nate. You're breaking the rules. You know what the rule is, right?
What's the rules?
The rule is if you're a Michigan fan, you can't root for Ohio State. That's the rule.
No,
it's written somewhere in some book. I promise you, it's definitely a rule, and you're breaking it.
Oh well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You
know who you should be mad at, Nate? You should be mad at the administration at Michigan for giving Jim Harbaugh an extension. That's who you should be mad at.
Did he really get an extension?
Yeah, through 2026. Yep. 6 more years of losing to the Buckeyes, Nate.
Yeah, this is how.
No comprende. No speaking English.
But I just want Michigan to be better. But I think I don't know. All college football fans want Michigan to be better, but I don't know. So my final prediction for Ohio State and Bama. Hope it's a close game, like you said. Ohio State wins it 38-35.
38-35. Ohio State on top. That's your prediction.
Yeah. But yeah. And by the way, Pete, I might convince my parents to go for my graduation trip to go to the Slav Olympics.
That would be amazing, Nate.
Yeah.
When do you graduate?
So I graduated in 2020.
When?
Like I graduated like in 2020.
Oh, you already graduated. So what? They haven't given you your graduation present yet?
It's because we were supposed to go on a cruise in.
That you're right.
March.
You told me about that. You told me about that. Yeah, so that'd be the second best thing. Instead of going to the Caribbean and cruising around on a boat and laying by the pool with hot women, you know what I'm saying? You can come to the Slob Olympics with us idiots instead.
Yeah,
it's a much better trip.
I mean,
yeah.
But I was going to ask you, what if the Embassy Suites is full? What is the other nearest hotel for that?
You know what? I don't know that, Nate. Because I don't know.
Oh.
You know what I'll do? You know what I'll do for you, Nate?
Okay.
I'll ask Uncle Lou the question for you tomorrow. But I would just go online and he's probably more familiar with Atlanta than I am since he lives in Georgia. I would just go on there and do Google hotels near Centennial Park, and then you can just kind of see the ones around there.
Because I don't want you to forget, because sometimes people get distracted and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I probably will forget, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that right now. Don't take it personal. All right, buddy.
But
all right, I appreciate the call, Nate.
Have a good night, Pete.
Yeah, you too.
Yep.
Everybody, that's Nate the Great. Don't be late. And he's never late, by the way. Well, you know what? He was late one time. And I told him as a result of being late, his punishment was he had to do 25 push-ups. And I was just kidding. And then he actually did it. And he filmed it and put it on YouTube. Then I felt bad. Anyway, Nate's a great good guy. Thank you to all the people that called in tonight. You know what I had tonight? I had like 4 or 5 Buckeye callers and then a Michigan caller. What is the Big Ten show over here? Where's all my Clemson people at? You guys hiding? You guys scared? You guys scared to call in because of what happened? I'm just kidding. No, seriously, thank you all the people that called in. If you guys want to catch me tomorrow on the Lunch Money Show at noon on Uncle Lou's show, and then next Monday for sure for the national championship game. I'm sure I'll be back on here sometime between now and then. I'm not sure about Friday night yet. So normally I do a call-in show on Wednesday night and then another one on Friday night. If I'm able to do one Friday night, I certainly will. But my plans for Friday night right now are up in the air. So anytime I can come on here and chat up with you guys, these call-in shows are some of my favorite things to do. Talk about football, get away from what's going on in the world and in the country for an hour or so is worth the time. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you all very soon. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button on your way out if you have not already. If you're new here, I do these college football videos and live streams year round. There is no off season for Pigskin Pete. I'll see you guys later. Be safe. Have a good night. Pigskin Pete is checking.